Alrighty, friends, we're back with another episode of TFI, the Filmmakers Infomercial. This week we got two movies for you and one documentary. But first off, I just have to tell you, when I was pulling into my apartment complex today, there was a Lamborghini sitting in a handicap spot, and that just threw my brain into a twist. We got to get Gavin Newsom out of there because I don't know why someone with a Lamborghini is sitting in a handicap spot. But nonetheless, I digress. Obviously, before we jump in, I didn't even recap on the poll that I did a couple weeks ago. Some of you may remember you took part in that. But I was actually very impressed. I didn't think that there would be certain people picking some of the best trilogies that I threw in there. Obviously, I had to leave out some because Instagram doesn't allow you to do more than four. But without further ado, The Dark Knight had 18 votes for 39%. The Lord of the Rings had 16 votes for 35%. Austin Powers, which I was kind of surprised at, had 8 votes at 17%. Not really surprised, but because they're great movies. And then Back to the Future had 4 votes at 9%. Really, you can't go wrong with any of them. I mean, looking at some of the people that voted on them, I was like, oh, I didn't think this person would be that type of moviegoer. But nonetheless, I was happy with it. So more polls to come. But let's jump right into this. First movie, this came out in 2015, American Ultra. It's starring Jesse Eisenberg and Kristen Stewart, I think that's her name. Yeah, Kristen Stewart, Topher Grace, and a couple other actors and actresses you would know. I remember I saw this in theaters when it came out, and then I just randomly watched it the other night. Fun movie. I mean, Jesse Eisenberg's pretty much like a sleeper CIA agent and doesn't even know it. And so the whole movie, and he's a stoner, so the whole movie is pretty much the CIA trying to kill him. And it's a fun movie to watch. I liked it a lot. But yeah, it's pretty much straightforward. It's like a comedy action movie, so good watch. Next, I watched this movie the other night. I always scrolled past this one, but I was like, you know what? I've seen this clip of it always on YouTube, and it's of Lakeith Stanfield and one of the other actors in this like very friendly argument. Sorry to bother you. Now, when I was scrolling by it, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch this. It said on Netflix, it said sci-fi movie, and I was like, sci-fi? This doesn't seem like a sci-fi movie. And let me tell you, it has one of the weirdest sci-fi twists at the end of the movie. And I was like, okay, that's why it's a sci-fi movie. But it's just very much of a commentary on capitalism and greed. So, but at the same time, I really actually enjoy the movie. Lakeith Stanfield killed it in this movie. So it's also a good watch. Last but not least, this one's the documentary. This came out in 2014. I watched this a couple years ago, and because the MLB baseball season is starting soon, and if you are a baseball fan like myself, I think you'd like it. It's called the battered Bastards of Baseball. It's pretty much this documentary about Kurt Russell's dad, Bing Russell, back in like early 1970s, started this independent minor league team, and it was just like overnight success. They were really rowdy, and it was just, a bunch of guys that you wouldn't expect to be on a minor league team, but were just balling out and like doing really well. And then obviously, I think a MLB team ended up buying them out, or because they were in Portland, and I'm not sure historically Portland in the state of Oregon, not the Portland Sea Dogs in Rhode Island or Maine where the Red Sox are. But pretty much, yeah. I mean, it ended up petering out after like 4 or 5 years, but it's a great documentary. If you know anything about the Savannah Bananas, like right now, the current like hype, probably funniest college baseball summer league team. If you look at them up and you see their stuff and how like funny and like they are about baseball, it's kind of like the similar. This team in the 1970s was like the first team to like kind of like get rowdy and get the crowd involved, and yeah, It's a great documentary. Highly recommend it if obviously you're a baseball fan. Even if you're not a baseball fan, I think it's a fun thing to watch. So that's it, guys. And we'll see you next week, right? Like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.